the Let's Master English podcast, and I'm your host, Coach Shane. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Master English, the podcast. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Let's Master English is a podcast that will help you have fun with English. Yeah, English can be a very difficult subject. It can be confusing. But the idea of this English show is to make English fun, to have some interesting stories, to answer a few questions, to talk about some songs. It's a lot of fun, okay? Now, if you're listening to the live version, my students know how to get that. Then you're also hearing the songs, but if you're listening on YouTube or someplace else, a public forum, yes, we cannot play the music. There's a copyright restriction, all right? So more on that later. So what is coming up in this podcast? A story about dogs that shoot guns. So I think everybody knows in America, everybody can own a gun. Right. But did you know that dogs can own guns? No, they cannot. Dogs cannot own guns. But if a guy owns a dog, then who's going to stop the dog from shooting the guns, right? If the guy has guns. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about this crazy story coming up. There's, of course, a fact from Country Shane. We've got the weather. And in this month's special city, we're actually choosing a city in Ukraine. Okay, so pay attention to that weather. We have the LME Student Roundup, Today in History, a great song expose from the movie Leon. Do you guys remember? Long time ago, very famous movie, Leon, Leon. And we're going to do a song expose from Sting's Shape of My Heart. Great song. Great movie, too. There's a question about the ing and the in sounds. What are the differences? So I'll talk about that. And we have more questions about my time in Korea and other stuff too. We've got shoutouts. But hey, like I said, this show, this English show, Let's Master English, is more than words. We've got great music too. And in reverse order, we've got a lot of great songs, pretty much all from the 80s, including Wham!, Mr. Big, Sting, The Police, U2, hit made famous by the Cranberries, and Extreme. Yeah, Extreme. What did I say? This show is more than words. And yeah, this song is more than words. Enjoy. Copyright restricted. It's back, guys. A couple of months ago, I told you about Gorilla Mind. This is basically a supplement that I'm taking to help me get through the day, to help me focus, to get my mind focused so that I can work. So on really busy days, I'm working at home, lots of distractions. I'm on the computer. So we got, Twitter and Facebook and the news and email, many distractions. I've got my son, lots of distractions. I've got the dishwasher. Right now, the dishwasher is going. My wife is downstairs. Lots of distractions. So how do I stay focused? How am I able to keep my work level really high? Well, getting great nutrition, getting lots of rest, and getting exercise are three things that are super important. But also for me, I have found that Gorilla Mind really helps. It's very beneficial to me. It helps me, and I think it might help you too. Gorilla Mind is a nootropic, Nootropic. And a nootropic is basically a supplement, which is like a vitamin, But nootropics focus on your mind, okay? It gives you more oxygen. There's a little boost of caffeine in some Gorilla Mind products, but not in all of them. And they really work. For me, they absolutely work. So I use Gorilla Mind Smooth, Gorilla Mind Rush, and Gorilla Dream. So Gorilla Mind Smooth and Rush, these are supplements that you take in the morning, especially on a busy day when you need to focus, when you need to get a lot of work done. But sometimes, and this happens to me, I would say it happens 2 or 3 times a week. When I go to bed at night, my mind is working really hard. You know, it's thinking about the next day, it's thinking about the schedule, there's lots of things to do, and I cannot fall asleep. I don't get enough sleep. On those days, I take Gorilla Dream, and it really helps. So when I started taking Gorilla Dream, I would take 1 or 2. Now, they say you can take up to 6 pills, but I took 1 or 2, and I don't know, no effect. So about 2 weeks ago, I decided to take 3. Boom. That seems to be the magic number for me. I took 3. I was asleep within 30 minutes. It was a really good, solid sleep. I really did have lots of dreams, no nightmares, but lots of cool dreams, but they didn't wake me up. And what's also really important, you know, I have a son, and at night he cries, he needs to be fed. It was easy for me to hear him, wake up, get back to bed, and fall asleep again. So even though my son was interrupting my night of sleep, as he always does, it still helped me get a really good night's sleep. So I don't know. For me, Gorilla Dream really works. Now, if you're in the United States, this still doesn't work in Europe and in Asia, but if you're in the United States and you're interested in getting these products, you can send me an email and I'll send you a link. My email, podcast@letsmasterenglish.com. Okay, PODCAST, podcast@letsmasterenglish.com. Just send me an email, ask your questions, I'll give you the answers, and I'll give you a link where you can get your own and try your own. And of course, I want to hear from you. Are they effective? How are you using them? Let's talk about it. They're really wonderful things. They're nootropics, and they work for me. Charlie's still a good dog. That's what Sonny Tex Gilligan said days after Charlie, his 120-pound Rottweiler mix, accidentally shot him. Gilligan, 74, a Dona Ana County resident, told the Sun News that Charlie and his 2 other dogs, Scooter and Cowboy, went with him to hunt for jackrabbits in the desert west of Las Cruces on Thursday, October 25th. Gilligan was in the driver's seat of his parked pickup truck along with the dogs when he was shot. Charlie got his foot in the trigger of the gun, and I leaned forward, and he slipped off the seat and caught the trigger, and it shot, Gilligan said. It was a freak accident, but it's true. That's what happened. Oh my God. What a terrible story. This guy is so lucky. Do you understand? So there's this old guy. He's 74 years old. He's a grandpa. And this grandpa has 3 dogs. So this grandpa went into the desert, drove his truck into the desert in New Mexico, which is a state. America has 50 states. He went to the desert in New Mexico, and he went hunting, okay? And he was hunting jackrabbits. And I'll explain what jackrabbits are a little bit later. So it's a 74-year-old grandpa in his truck with 3 dogs. There are 3 dogs and his gun, and they went hunting for jackrabbits. Well, one of the dog was Charlie. That's the dog's name. Charlie, the dog, got its paw, P-A-W, which is his foot. He got his foot inside the trigger area of the gun. The trigger is the thing that you pull, and if you pull the trigger, so the dog got his foot in the trigger, and the dog's foot pulled the trigger, and it shot the grandpa. It shot him. Oh my God, that's really scary. It shot him in the back. It actually broke a few of his ribs, and it went all the way up to his collarbone, the bullet, the pieces of the bullet, which caused other really serious injuries. But this old guy, he was really lucky. He was able to get to the hospital, and he's going to be okay. And the dog, Charlie, the dog, is very sorry. The dog promises it's never going to shoot again. And oh my God, what a crazy story. So yeah, it's a freak accident. A crazy story, a crazy accident that should never have happened. But things do get crazy sometimes. So let's go back to the beginning of the story. Now, this takes place in a state called New Mexico and around the city of Las Cruces. And I don't know the Spanish pronunciation of Las Cruces, but American pronunciation, Las Cruces. So it's a big city in the state of New Mexico. Now, New Mexico is right next to Mexico. So if you think about the map of the United States, do you know California? Okay, you got California, and right next to California, above, so California is north of Mexico, right? Okay, good. So California, right next to California is Arizona. Arizona is famous for the Grand Canyon, okay? And then next to Arizona is New Mexico, all right? And this is the state where it happened, near Las Cruces in the desert. So, Las Cruces. Charlie is still a good dog, unquote. That was the owner talking about his dog. So, the reporter said, "My God, your dog shot you. Well, your dog is a bad dog." And the owner said, No. Charlie is still a good dog. That's what Sonny Tex Gilligan said days after Charlie accidentally shot him. So a few days after the dog, Charlie, shot the grandpa, he said, "Oh, it's okay. Charlie's a good dog." Now, what's the grandpa's name? The grandpa's name is Sonny Tex Gilligan. So Gilligan is his family name. Sonny is his first name, and Tex, T-E-X, that's his nickname. Okay, so people don't call him Mr. Gilligan. People don't call him Sonny. People call him Tex. So like for me, I am Shane Peterson. But my students don't call me Mr. Peterson. They don't call me Shane. They call me Coach Shane. So Coach Shane, it's not my nickname, but it's my title. Well, this guy, he doesn't have a title, but he does have a nickname, Tex. So Grandpa's name is Tex. And his dog's name is Charlie. And what kind of a dog is Charlie? A 120-pound Rottweiler mix. So a Rottweiler, that's a really tough dog. They can be very mean dogs. But this is a mix, M-I-X, meaning it's part Rottweiler, and it's mixed with other types of dogs too. So it's a mixed breed, okay? Mostly Rottweiler, but lots of other stuff too. Now the dog weighs 120 pounds. How much is 120 pounds in kilograms? 54 kilograms. That's a big dog, okay? So let's move on. Gilligan, we're going to call him Tex. Tex, 74. He's 74 years old, a Dona Ana County resident. So Tex, Grandpa Gilligan, he lives in Dona Ana County. So the city is Las Cruces. And Las Cruces is in the state of Nevada. So we've got the state of Nevada, very big area. Then we got the really small dot, the city. Well, there's an area bigger than a city, but smaller than a state, and we call that a county. Okay? So when I was in high school, I lived in the city of Park Falls, in the county of Price, in the state of Wisconsin. When I lived in Chicago City, in the county of Cook, C-O-O-K, Cook County, in the state of Illinois. Okay, do you understand? So, Gilligan, 74 years old, a Dona Ana County resident, told the Sun News, that's the name of the newspaper, told the newspaper that Charlie and his two other dogs, so he has three dogs, one dog named Charlie, and two other dogs, and their names are Scooter and Cowboy. I like those names. Anyway, what did he tell the newspaper? He told them that Charlie and his two other dogs went with him to hunt for jackrabbits. 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 Jackrabbits, it's one word. It's the desert rabbit. So normally when I say rabbit, R-A-B-B-I-T, you think of big ears and a furry skin and kind of a cute, they eat carrots and greens and stuff like that, right? But they got a lot of fur and they live in the woods and this is the idea of a rabbit. Well, a jackrabbit is similar, but actually a jackrabbit is much bigger. And the jackrabbit doesn't have as much fur, okay? And they're skinnier, and they are much faster. They're really, really fast, and they live in the desert. So it's the desert type of rabbit, okay? So they went with him. The three dogs went with Gilligan to hunt for jackrabbits in the desert west of Las Cruces, okay, so west of the city, on Thursday, October 25th. Gilligan, that's the grandpa, Gilligan was in the driver's seat of his parked pickup truck. So if you look at American cars, we have every kind of car, right? We have many types of cars. But one type of car is called a pickup truck. P-I-C-K-U-P. It's one word, pickup truck. And I have a pickup truck. So if you've been following my newsletter, you've seen a picture of my pickup truck. I have two cars. One is an SUV, and the other is a pickup truck. And I use my pickup truck to clear or plow snow in the wintertime. So nowadays we have a lot of snow, but I haven't had to plow yet. But I use my pickup truck for plowing snow, for carrying wood, for taking, garbage or something to the dump. So a pickup truck is a type of car that the back is open. And we use this truck for work. Okay, so if you're not sure what a pickup truck is, well, then sign up for my newsletter, and eventually you'll see a picture. You don't know my newsletter? Oh my God, www.letsmasterenglish.com/free. Okay, just go there and get the newsletter. So, Gilligan was in the driver's seat of his parked pickup truck, along with the dogs, when he was shot. Oh my God, he was shot. Who shot him? Charlie. Charlie got his foot. Now, actually, dogs, we don't say feet for dogs. We should say paws, P-A-W-S, okay? So, proper English, Charlie got his paw in the trigger of the gun. But the grandpa says, Charlie got his foot in the trigger of the gun. And once again, the trigger, that's the thing that you pull, that makes it go, that shoots the gun, okay? Charlie got his foot in the trigger of the gun. And I leaned forward. So he's sitting down, but he's leaning forward to get the gun. And Charlie slipped off the seat. Charlie kind of fell. And when Charlie fell, what happened? Remember, his foot was in the trigger and caught the trigger. And then his foot caught the trigger and it shot, and the gun shot. Gilligan said, "It was a freak accident." A great expression, a freak accident. F-R-E-A-K, a freak accident. Just a crazy situation, a situation that should never happen, a situation which is almost impossible to prepare for. It's a freak accident. It was a freak accident, but it's true. That's what happened. Oh my God. Well, I am so happy to tell you that the grandpa is okay. He's doing fine. And so is the dog. Charlie is very happy. Scooter and Cowboy are also happy. Also on that day, no jackrabbits were shot. No jackrabbits died. So everybody's okay. And it's a happy ending to a crazy story. Okay? So I hope you understand the story. Now, I'm going to read it again, normal speed, and just enjoy. Charlie's still a good dog. That's what Sonny Tex Gilligan said days after Charlie, his 120-pound Rottweiler mix, accidentally shot him. Gilligan, 74, a Doña County resident, told the Sun News that Charlie and his two other dogs, Scooter and Cowboy, went with him to hunt for jackrabbits in the desert west of Las Cruces on Thursday, October 25th. Gilligan was in the driver's seat of his parked pickup truck along with the dogs when he was shot. Charlie got his foot in the trigger of the gun, and I leaned forward, and he slipped off the seat and caught the trigger, and it shot, Gilligan said. It was a freak accident, but it's true. That's what happened. How you doing, everybody? This is Country Shane, and I'm bringing you the facts. Well, we just heard about jackrabbits, so let me give you some facts about jackrabbits. Jackrabbits are not rabbits. They're actually called hares, and that's H-A-R-E-S. So they're really similar to rabbits, but according to science, they're actually different. Jackrabbits are nocturnal creatures. Nocturnal, N-O-C-T-U-R-N-A-L. Nocturnal creatures, and that means they're active at night. So in the daytime, when it's really hot in the desert, you're not going to see a jackrabbit. They're sleeping in the daytime. It's too hot. And one more thing. Jackrabbits, oh my goodness, are they fast, and they're strong. Jackrabbits can jump more than 3 meters each time, and their speed can be 40 miles per hour. Hey everybody, that's 65 kilometers per hour. They're jumping crazy. Oh my God, you ever see a jackrabbit, you'll never be able to catch it. Thank you very much, Country Shane, for those interesting facts about the jackrabbit. And I'm looking here, too. I have a fact, everybody, too, about the jackrabbit. The jackrabbit, other than this old guy who likes to hunt jackrabbits, I don't think many Americans go hunting for jackrabbits except for him. But anyway, the other enemy of the jackrabbit is the coyote. the coyote. And the coyote is like a wild desert dog. And that brings us to our next song. That's right, we've got a couple of great songs coming up to you. And the first is not from a coyote, but from a bad wolf. Actually, the band's name, the group's name is Bad Wolves. And they're doing a lovely remake of a Cranberries song. And this is a very famous song from a long time ago. Do you guys know the song Zombie? Yes. Well, Bad Wolves has a little bit of a harder version of the song. I hope that you enjoy it. And right after that, oh my God, it's U2. You guys know the song. Enjoy.
Copyright restricted.
Today's weather is for Pavel. Pavel in Ukraine. He left a message on YouTube. I don't know which city Pavel is from. So I was looking around the map of Ukraine, and right in the central area, there's a city called Poltava. Is it Poltava? 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 I don't know exactly how to say it, but it looks like a nice city, Poltava. Well, you get the forecast for today, and woo! I like this forecast. It's a lovely forecast for me. Right now, the current temperature in Poltava is 24 degrees Fahrenheit, and they have light snow. Ooh, it's perfect for me. I love the snow. The temperature is perfect. Now, early in the morning, they're going to still have some snow. The temperature's going to stay about the same, dipping down to 23 degrees Fahrenheit. But, it's not really much of a change from now. And the actual feel. So the temperature, if you look at the thermometer, it says 23 degrees. It'll say 23 degrees in the morning, but it actually feels like 16 degrees. Now, 16 degrees Fahrenheit, that is cold. So if you're living in Poltava and you're getting ready to go out in the morning, make sure you put on a heavy jacket, put some mittens on, use a scarf, and most importantly, put a hat over your head. Cover up those ears and stay warm. The rest of the forecast for the rest of the day looks much nicer. It's getting very warm, up to 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, once again, to me, that's pretty warm. And the snow, a little bit of snow perhaps in the morning, but that's about it. But tonight, getting cooler again, not as cold as right now, but it's getting cooler tonight, and they're going to have freezing drizzle. Oh yeah, freezing drizzle. Now, we had that where I live just a couple days ago. What is freezing drizzle? Well, let me spell drizzle. D-R-I-Z-Z-L-E. So drizzle it's like rain, but it's really slow moving rain. So you guys know fog, F-O-G, okay? So if we have fog, we cannot see very far. So if we have really, 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 really heavy fog, we can actually kind of feel the water in the fog. And the heavier the fog, the water kind of starts to drop. So it's like it's raining, but it's really slow and really tiny, tiny raindrops. That's what drizzle is, okay? So they're gonna have drizzle, but it's gonna be freezing drizzle. So this is really important because what that means is on the roads, it's probably going to be icy. On the sidewalks where people walk, it might be icy. And be careful, everybody, because sometimes the road or the sidewalk looks fine. It looks a little bit wet, but you don't see any ice. But actually, when you walk on it, it can be really slippery. So be careful. Walk slowly. Keep your head down. Put away the smartphone and get to work. Get home safely. All right? There's your weather for the lovely city of Poltava, Ukraine. Again, current temperatures 24 degrees Fahrenheit with light snow. All right, guys, time for an LME student roundup. Let's Master English student roundup. So my VIP students this week, they have some great stories coming up. Last week, my DDM VIP students, or the last lesson, was about saving a whale. Yeah, whale, W-H-A-L-E. And we learned some really valuable information in that story. And I'll give you the information because it's really important. All my DDM students, DDM VIP, they know. The information is, if you are out in the ocean and you see a whale that is maybe caught in fishing lines and it looks like it's having a big problem, well, yes, you want to rescue the whale, but don't do it yourself. You might die. Many people have died when they tried to do that. Just call the local government. I don't know who you call. In America, call the Coast Guard and they will take care of the whale. And believe it or not, if you see a whale that is in trouble in the ocean, it looks like an emergency. You're going to hear it crying. It's a really terrible situation, but the whale will probably be fine for several weeks, even possible several months. So don't worry, just call somebody and they'll go out and rescue the whale. Another story that we had was really interesting. It was about umami. Umami. Now, how many of you know about umami? I'm guessing not many. I'm guessing very few of you know about umami. It is a taste. So normally when we talk about taste and we think about our tongue, right? Our tongue can sense different tastes, right? What are those tastes? We learned the 4 common tastes that everyone can sense. And those tastes are sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. But actually there's a 5th taste, and that taste is called umami. And we also talked about the difference between taste and flavor. And we learned about hedonic flavors, or the hedonic sense. Oh, it was a great lesson. So if you're in DDM VIP, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not in DDM, you need to join. Of course, we also talked about trust issues, which is a great subject. That was in a sitcom. And, in Perf VIP students, they are talking about their favorite coffee shop. Now, it doesn't have to be a coffee shop. Maybe it's a bar or a bakery or a grocery store or whatever. But the focus of what I've given them is on a coffee shop. So this week, we're talking about our favorite coffee shop. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about different types of coffee. So we've got 2 weeks in a row talking about coffee. And the last Perf lesson was a very famous speech from Abraham Lincoln. Perf is our speaking class, everybody. So if you want to master speaking, Perf is the best class. And sometimes, not often, but sometimes we take a famous speech and we practice that speech. And in America, we have several very, very famous speeches, but one of the most famous speeches is from Abraham Lincoln. That's right, from a long time ago, and we practiced some of that. So my LME, my VIP students in DDM and Perf had some excellent lessons, and hey, don't worry, so did the live, so did the open, so did the LME weekly students too, and of course the Action English students have a great lesson every week too. Oh, one more thing. I should say at the end of November, we had Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and we had a huge sale. So in October, we had a massive sale. In November, we had a great sale. And both of these sales are for 2019, okay? But the sales are over. But don't worry. We're going to have another sale at the end of December, okay? And there'll be more options. The savings will be great. The price for our classes is already super low. And, I get my students tell me, "Oh my God, I cannot believe you are almost giving away the classes," especially if you're a VIP or a live student. You get the lessons, but then you can attend live classes. And that's with me, with the other coaches, and you can attend live classes every day. Okay, we don't stop you. Whatever is there, you want to join it, you can do that. So the price, the normal price, the regular price of the class is always excellent. But I'm a nice guy. So at the end of December, we'll have a Christmas sale. We'll have a New Year's sale. So if you're waiting to join, definitely join at the end of the month. You can join now too, and then join again and get a better price at the end of the month too. So don't worry, we'll help you out in that situation. So what do you need to know? It's easy. Just go to the webpage, www.letsmasterenglish.com, and when we have a sale, we'll put a button up there, a big banner, a big sign that says sale, and you can click on that, and then you can join. But right now, for example, if you wanted to join today, and I'm looking at my website right now, we still have the sale bumper, the sales sticker up there. Yeah, ignore it. The sale doesn't work. Just go to sign up. So letsmasterenglish.com, letsmasterenglish.com. On the top, you'll see sign up. Just click on sign up, and then you'll see join today, DDM Brazil, Perf, LME Weekly, Action English, all of these different fantastic classes. If you ever have any questions, just send us an email. Help, H-E-L-P, help at letsmasterenglish.com. And once again, our free lessons, if you want to get our free lessons, www.letsmasterenglish.com/free, okay? Today in history, everybody. Oh, this was a big day. Now, the day I'm actually picking is December 3rd, and I know this is the November Let's Master English podcast, but please understand it's been busy. So I'm recording this on December 3rd. So on December 3rd in history, in 1586, in the year 1586, England first had potatoes. That's right. Potatoes. I know. Potatoes, they got them from Colombia in South America. Colombia. I guess the potatoes are big down there, and they finally took those potatoes and they took them to England, and English people loved their potatoes, and now they eat many, many potatoes every day. The Irish too, and me too. I have potatoes every day. So thank you, Colombia. I didn't know Colombia. Is Colombia the home of potatoes? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Okay, some sad news, and I remember this. In 1984, in India, in the city of Bhopal, India, there was a huge disaster. The Union Carbide factory, and it's a big factory, and what they did, they made pesticide, and pesticide, that's the stuff you spray on farms, on the crops like potatoes to kill the insects, right? Anyway, there was an explosion at this factory, and over 2,000 people, 2,259 people died. Maybe up to 16,000 people died because of this explosion, and over 500,000 people were injured. So I remember I was how old was I? 17? Yeah, I was 16 years old, 17 years old. At this point, I was 16. Yeah, almost 17. I was 16 years old when that happened. I was in high school, and I do remember hearing that. What a terrible story. But here's some really good news. In 1989, okay? 1989, Soviet USSR Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev and U.S. President George H.W. Bush, and he just died a few days ago. Both of those guys declare the Cold War is over. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Yeah, celebration. That's really good news. Nowadays, how is it? Is it okay? The United States and Russia, are we good friends? I hope so. Yeah, I've got a lot of Russian students. I love everyone. I love all of my Russian students except one. I'm not going to tell you who. What about birthdays today? One famous birthday, Ozzy Osbourne. Now, if you like heavy metal, 70s rock, glam rock, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, he's born today. Happy birthday, Ozzy, December 3rd. He's 70 years old. So what is it, 2018? That means he was born in 1948. Happy birthday, Ozzy. I feel sorry for your parents. And what about famous deaths? Oh, yes, there is a famous death. Have you guys ever heard of Robert Louis Stevenson? Robert Louis Stevenson. Well, he died on this date. Very young. He was only 44 years old. Younger than I am. I'm older than 44 right now. Robert Louis Stevenson is famous for writing stories. And his famous stories are Treasure Island, Kidnapped, and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Those are three really famous stories, and personally, I know that I have read Treasure Island and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't think I've read Kidnapped. But if you're looking for an English book, these are three great books. And he was laid to rest. He met his maker. He bit the dust. He kicked the can. He died on December 3rd, 1894. Very young, 44 years old. So rest in peace, Robert Louis Stevenson. And all of that happened today, December 3rd, in history. All right, guys, time for this month's song expose. Beautiful song written by Sting, who's the lead member of the group called Police, and also co-written by Dominic Miller. And these guys paired up to create this absolutely beautiful song, Shape of My Heart. I'm reading here. Actually, it was written by Dominic James Miller, Gordon Sumner, and Dusan Bogdanovich. I'm sure Sting had something to do with it too. Beautiful song, and we're going to be playing this song for you too. If you know the song, if you don't know the song, just go to YouTube and search for Shape of My Heart. Now, you're going to find a Backstreet Boys song. It's a different song. We don't want that song. We want Sting, S-T-I-N-G, or it might be easier to find Dominic Miller. Okay, just click on that one. Same thing. D-O-M-I-N-I-C, Dominic Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. Okay, so basically, if you listen, the guitar sound is absolutely beautiful, and that is Dominic Miller playing the guitar. And then, of course, we have Sting's voice. And basically, it sounds like, he deals the cards as a meditation, and those he plays never suspect. He doesn't play for the money he wins. He don't play for respect. Something like that. That's how the opening goes. And what's the chorus? I'm looking at the chorus here. That's not the shape of my heart. Whatever. I'm not going to sing. I'm not a singer. I'm an English teacher. So don't be angry at me. But what is this song about? It's a beautiful song. And if you watch the movie Leon. Now, the American pronunciation, Leon, Leon. I believe the French pronunciation is Leon. Leon. It's a beautiful movie. Now, this movie came out when I lived in Korea, and it was hugely popular. And this is actually a request from Country Hajime. And Hajime, who's also a DDM student, hey Hajime, thanks for this great song. He's requesting this song, and especially because when he watched the movie Leon, at the end of the movie, they play this song, and when he listens, it makes him cry. Yes, the combination of the guitar and Sting's voice sounds wonderful. And then you combine that with the movie Leon. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. Really, really, really is a beautiful combination. However, the song itself is actually not a sad song. In my opinion, it's not even very emotional. Actually, it's kind of the opposite of emotion. This song, the words to the song. And the song is about a man who's a gambler. He gambles. He plays cards. But he studies the cards very seriously. And he's looking for a type of pattern. He's trying to find a pattern to the cards. And he's searching for this pattern in order to understand the world, the universe, life. So not only when he gambles, winning money, that's not important. Losing money, that's actually not important. It's more about studying and trying to find the pattern of the universe. And he takes this to his personal life too. So I guess it's kind of sad in that respect, because in his personal life, he doesn't love. He doesn't have emotion like most of us do. That's not the shape of his heart. He doesn't have that same, lovey-dovey red heart full of love like everybody else. He's more interested in the pattern of life. And what does love actually mean? Does love actually have a meaning? Is there something deeper to life? So this is my understanding of this song. And let me go ahead and read just a little bit. Now, this is a beautiful song, but the words themselves, they do get a little bit philosophical. They're a type of poetry. And I'll be honest, person A, he reads a poem and he understands B. Person C reads a poem and he understands F. Person D reads a poem and he understands R. Everybody can read the same poem but have a different understanding. And this is one of those songs. But let's try here. So the first verse. He deals the cards as a meditation. Do you guys understand meditation? Meditation is similar to prayer. So a Catholic person, they'll pray, dear God, blah, 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 blah. And they might have a rosary, the beads. What's interesting, the rosary, R-O-S-A-R-Y, rosary, they have them in the Catholic religion, also in the Buddhist religion, and I know they have them in the Muslim religion too. So using the rosary, okay? Meditating, praying. It's all kind of the same thing. So when he deals the cards, it's a type of meditation. Time to focus. Time to find the meaning of the universe in these cards. He deals the cards as a meditation. And those he plays never suspect. The other people, the other players, the other gamblers, they don't know. They think he's a regular guy, but he's not a regular guy. They think he's a gambler, but he's not a gambler. He's looking for the meaning of the universe. He deals the cards as a meditation, and those he plays never suspect. They would never know. He doesn't play for the money he wins. He don't play for respect. He deals the cards to find the answer. The sacred geometry of chance. He's looking for the answer to the universe. What are the chances that we are here? Is there a God? Is there two gods? Is there a parallel universe? What's going on? What are the answers? The hidden law of a probable outcome. The numbers lead a dance. So when you look at cards, they have numbers, they start at number 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then there's the jack. Then there's the queen. Then there's the king. Then there's the A, which is the ace, which is like number 1. But all of these numbers, they're like a dance. And somehow these numbers, their dance, they're hiding the answer that he's looking for. Now, when we talk about cards, there's not only the numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace, but there's also the shape, right? There's 2 black shapes, and there's 2 red shapes. And the red shapes, those are easy. One red shape is the heart. The other red shape is the diamond. Now, the 2 black shapes, there's one black shape that has kind of like 3 circles. That's called a club. And the other black shape with 1 point, that's called a spade. So the next verse. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. Some people say that. Some people say the spade, that shape, represents war, military. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. Right, the club is also a weapon of war. So the black cards seem to deal with war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art. Of course, diamonds are related to money, right? But that's not the shape of my heart. But my heart is not the same as these others, okay? So what is he saying? So we talked about spades, clubs, diamond, and then hearts, but then suddenly he changes it. What is he talking about? It's kind of difficult to understand. But I think the message is black spades, black clubs represent war. Diamonds represent money, but not me. Now, I'm different. I'm much more deep. He may play the jack of diamonds. He may lay the queen of spades. He may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. So when he plays the game, the jack, the queen, the king, none of that really matters. The cards, their number, even their shape doesn't matter. What he's looking for is the pattern. That's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape of my heart. My heart is different from everyone else's. Everyone else is looking at the diamonds, thinking money. Looking at the hearts, thinking love. Looking at the spades and the clubs and thinking war. Looking at the numbers and finding, which is better, which is good. They're playing the game for respect. They're playing the game for money. But no. Me, I'm different. When I play this game, it's meditation. And I'm looking for the pattern. I'm looking for the answer to life within this game. That's the idea of the song. And the song continues. But you can go ahead and listen to the rest of the song for yourself. Enjoy, please. This is such a beautiful version of Shape of My Heart by Dominic Miller, and sung by Sting. Enjoy it.
Copyright restricted.
Question and answer time. Bop, bop. All right, everybody. We got a couple of questions today. Thank you so much for the questions. The first one from Isaac Lee. Is it Isaac or Isaac Lee? And his question is THIN or THING. So the first word, THIN, thin, and the other one, thing, THING. What's the pronunciation difference? Is it really different? And the answer is 100% yes. It's completely different, okay? And I'm going to now actually we talk about this difference especially in my DDM classes. So if you're a DDM student or a perf student, especially if you're in VIP and you have a problem like Isaac, ask me and I can show you. The easiest way to explain the difference is to show you. But let me try and explain it with only words. Now, I-N, thin, T-H-I-N. The N sound, where is the tongue, the tip of the tongue, where is the tongue when you make the N sound? Think about it. Thin, where's the tongue? The tongue is touching the skin behind the teeth, right? So you've got your upper teeth, and then you go up from the teeth, and then you got the skin, and then you got that bone, that kind of ridge, it kind of sticks out. That's called the alveolar ridge, okay? And the spelling again, A-L-V-E-O-L-A-R. So that's where your tongue should be touching for the N. So T-H-I-N, thin. Now, when we do the ing pronunciation, actually, the tip of the tongue doesn't need to touch anything. However, students who have a hard time, I tell them, bring the tip of the tongue and touch the bottom. So the alveolar ridge is the ridge behind the upper teeth, right? Well, what about the lower teeth? We got the lower teeth, and there's a little ridge too. The upper ridge is really big, right? The alveolar ridge is really big. But the lower ridge is really tiny, but it's there. When you do the ing sound, make the tongue touch there. And also the back of the tongue is touching in the back of the mouth. So thin, thing, thin, tongue in the front. Keep the back of the tongue down, front of the tongue up, thin. The thing opposite. Keep the front of the tongue down, the back of the tongue up. Thing, thin, thing, thin, thing. Now, believe it or not, to the American, those sounds are completely different. So in the case of thin and thing, they're very, very different. Now, what's interesting is many times in America, especially the ing verb, when we say it fast, we change it to an IN. So for example, running, running. If we say it really fast, we do say runnin', runnin'. Can you hear that? Perfect pronunciation, running. But when we say it fast, runnin', runnin'. Yeah, it does sound different. So Isaac Lee, I hope that I helped you. I guess I need to make a video on Coach Shane's ESL channel. But better than that, join DDM VIP or Perf VIP, and I'll help you personally. Okay? We got another question from June Young. June Young, did you star in a Korean drama for a little while, a long time ago? No, I did not. I did not star in a Korean drama, but I was. Yeah, I was. I lived in Korea for a long time. I was on several different TV shows and radio shows and stuff like that. So yeah, you're thinking of the right person, the same guy. That was me. I hope you liked it. I hope it was okay. I was on several shows, so I don't know which one you're talking about, but yeah, that was me. Yeah. Now, back to reality. Another great question from Pan Zhang. Is it Pan Zhang? I'm not sure. And Pan Zhang, Mr. Zhang, or Zhang, is it him or her? I don't even know. Says, I have good pronunciation. I have good rhythm. Now, my pronunciation, my rhythm are very good. Really? Who told you? I want to listen. But the problem is the fluency. How can I overcome fluency? I watch your videos, daily dictation, but they don't help. Thank you. Okay. Well, once again, daily dictation is not for speaking. Daily dictation is for listening. So the YouTube channel, Daily Dictation, excellent channel. That's for your listening skills, everybody, listening. Speaking is completely different. Speaking is very different. And actually, we have two speaking classes. One is Perf, and the other is Action English. Action English is for advanced students. So Panjang, if you really think you're advanced, Action English is the perfect class to help you with your fluency. But Perf is good too. What is fluency, you guys? Fluency is, to be honest, fluency is a stupid word. Fluency doesn't mean anything. Did you know, if you watch like language advertisements, I will teach you to be fluent in English in 3 months. I will teach you to be fluent in Spanish in 3 months. Is that possible? Is that true? Yes, it is. Yes, because what does fluency mean? Fluency simply means you can communicate basic ideas. How much is it? Where is the bathroom? I like, I don't like. That's it. That's fluency. Fluency is easy, okay? But Panjang, I think what you mean is you want to sound natural, like a native English speaker. So in our Perf classes, we call that flow. Perf, it's our speaking class, PIRF. And the goal of Perf is to become perfect. Of course, perfect is perfect, PERFECT. But Perf, PIRF, P is for pronunciation. Okay? I is for intonation. R is for rhythm. And F is for flow. So these are the things that we focus on in our Perf classes. Flow means what Panjang is talking about. And that's bringing pronunciation, bringing rhythm, bringing intonation, bringing understanding, bringing confidence all together and sounding like, well, not necessarily like a native English speaker, but sounding comfortable and confident in your speaking. So Perf is the type of class which will help you overcome those problems. Once you're confident with your Perf, pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, and flow, then absolutely the next class is Action English. Action English is a fantastic class. Right now, I think they're full, but we might be opening up another Action English class in January. I'm not sure. Yeah, give us, if you have a question about Action English, just send us an email, Panjang. That's help, HELP, at letsmasterenglish.com. Thank you very much for the questions, men and women, maybe, I don't know. It's time for some music. Another request song, and this is a song that I never heard. Very popular in Europe, and this is a remake. Status Quo is doing the remake of In the Army Now. Enjoy it.
Copyright restricted.
All right, guys, it's time to finish this Let's Master English podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope that you feel confident listening to it. And I hope to see you in class. Join our classes. Again, get the free lessons, www.letsmasterenglish.com/free. If you're listening in December of 2018, at the end of this month, we have a huge sale. So you can get our newsletter, go to our website, check that stuff out. I need to give you some shout-outs, especially to my Patreons, my patrons. Thank you so much to Yulia Ginger. Yulia Ginger is a new patron. To Natalie Mironova. Natalie, thank you so much. To Luca Giacalone. I hope my pronunciation was okay. I got to click on this one. Let's see here. Who's this dude? To Hans Woroshek. And I'm going to guess Vorashek. Hans Vorashek. Hi, Coach Shane. A donation and a donation for the huge amount of podcasts. Sincerely, Hans Vorashek in Germany. Not Al Fiedersen. Danke Shane. Al Fiedersen. Sorry, Hans. Yeah, Danke Shane. That's my name. It's easy to remember. Danke Shane. So Danke me. Danke me. Thank you so much, Hans. I really appreciate it. From Yangping Jing, also a new patron. Thank you so much. To Xiao Chen. Is my pronunciation okay? Sure. Thank you so much. To Christian Lima Ayala, a new patron. Thank you so much, guys. To Roberto Genza. I hope my pronunciation was okay, Roberto. And finally, to Joe, and then it's all in Chinese. Joe. So I'm going to say Joe. Thank you so much to Joe. You guys, you can become a patron. I would be so appreciative if you helped us out. All it takes is $1 a month. If you're rich, give us more. Better than Patreon is to join our classes. But believe it or not, we've got a lot of students who are also patrons, and I just can't thank you enough. So if you want to become a Patreon, all it takes is $1 a month. Go here. patreon.com/Coach Shane. That's COACHSHANE. So patreon.com/Coach Shane. Oh, and I need to say hi to people who left messages on YouTube. Not too many people, so I can do it really quick. Pavel Petrenko, Alexander Padarka. Everything's in Chinese. New. Hi. New. Isaac. Is it Isaac or Isaac? I don't know. Lee. E. Jun Young. Kevin Rosario. King Kevin, right? Thanks a lot, Kevin. Morema. Virgil Medina. Morema. Virgil Medina. Igor Raffaelli. Sergio Becker. And Pak Hyun Hee. Thanks, guys, for leaving messages on YouTube. My email for this podcast is podcast@letsmasterenglish.com. Our YouTube channel, if you want to see our YouTube videos or our YouTube or our podcasts, just go to our website. It's the easiest, www.letsmasterenglish.com/TV for the videos, /radio for the podcasts. On Facebook, FACEBOOK, facebook.com/ESL Coach Shane. Once again, ESLCOACHSHANE. And on Twitter, twitter.com/Coach Shane. Say hi, everybody. Become a Patreon. Say hi to me. Enjoy the podcast. Please share the podcast. It's December, everybody. My birthday is December 22nd. I absolutely love December. It's about Christmas, too, and Christmas is my favorite season, and nothing beats the Christmas songs. So we're going to finish with a beautiful Christmas song called Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. Yeah, this is Wham! Merry Christmas, everybody.
Copyright restricted.